Welcome back to the Wizards of Amazon podcast, your weekly blueprint for explosive success. I'm Carlos Alvarez, full-time successful Amazon seller and organizer of the largest Amazon seller meetup group in the world. Let's do this. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wizards of Amazon podcast, where we cover all things private label. My name is Carlos Alvarez, and I'm going to be your host for the show. Today is a solo show, just me and you, or you and I. And I have some really interesting things to cover. As you've no doubt seen from the title of this show, this is going to be about Amazon Live Video. You also probably deduced from the title that this is going to be a two-part episode. I've not done a two-part episode on the show to date, so I'm very excited to figure out how this all connects and everybody's feedback on breakup episodes like this. I know when I see them on other podcasts I listen to, I don't know. Part of me is like, just give it to me now. And other times, especially if the podcasts are very long, it gives me time to really digest what's going on. So I'll let you be the judge, and I hope you really enjoy it. So on to Amazon Live Video. This first part is going to cover really, I feel a lot of people, since it's so new, don't understand what it is, why it is, where it shows up, and things like that. So I'm going to cover this in a way that you will be able to completely understand. And then in part two, I'm going to go over the tactics that I'm currently using, some of the tech setup. No need to get intimidated there. I'm tech illiterate, if you will. So I'm able to do it. And you'll be happy to know that the more tech you have involved in my testing I've seen, or the more production or produced the show looks, the lower the conversion rate. So it's not very techy. But in that second part, I'm going to cover those things like the tactics that I've used, what I've done so far that's really worked, and there's a lot of that, and what I've done so far that has not worked, which is hopefully equally as valuable to you because you won't have to make those mistakes. So two things I've really been doubling down on. One of them was Alexa-based voice technology devices and how to leverage that in my Amazon businesses. And the other one, since it came out, was Amazon Live Video. So trying to get ahead of that wave. And let's do it. Let's dive in a little bit. So Amazon Live Video obviously is extremely powerful, just like live video everywhere. Almost everywhere that you see live video, the results are just amazing. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that live video on Amazon is going to be the most powerful lever that you're going to be able to throw in your Amazon businesses very soon. It's very affordable, and in none of these other platforms is it so easy for the person watching the live video to just click one button, buy it now. Not even add to cart, not think about it, not jump in a webinar and hear more, not here's a link, here's a landing page, nothing. Just click a button and buy. So on Amazon, that's obviously the case. So what is Amazon's goal sort of with Amazon Live Video? And that is for brands, in paraphrasing some of what they've said, it's for brands to gain awareness, followers, and to sell. If you have not viewed an Amazon Live Video yet, to give you a visual, what this looks like is a very clean, souped up version of QVC or Home Shopping Network. And we all know how addictive those can be, except, and this is a quote, I don't remember who said this, but it's QVC and Home Shopping Network with all of the friction removed, which is an amazing example of what this is. So Amazon has the infrastructure to do some really powerful stuff with live video. If you have any doubt on that, you can look at Twitch, twitch.com, which is it's known as a gaming streaming video platform where people live stream their video games, and people can pay them in real time for the content that they're creating. So they have the infrastructure. Having said that, this is not Amazon's first foray into live video, actually. This is just the one that we're hearing more about, and that definitely looks like is more robust, better reporting, and is here to stay. But Amazon's first foray into live video, in my opinion, was a disaster. I don't know if anybody here even remembers it. It was called Style Code, and it's basically where Amazon employees hosted the products that were in their department. That was the example I could give you. And like you probably no doubt realize, most people cannot, it takes a special someone to not be connected with a product and then be able to act that out and have that contagious enthusiasm pass through on live video for somebody else to buy it. So they focused primarily, as the title implies, with Style Code on fashion and apparel. It was disastrous. The huge difference, or the main pivot I think they made from Style Code to Amazon Live Video as we now know it, is that obviously the employees are not the ones leading the charge on this. They have empowered us as brand owners to take control and own our live video streams and the content that's representing our brand. So that brings me into the next point, which is who can stream. Can anybody just jump on, turn on Amazon live streaming and stream? Thank God the answer is no. Can you imagine being a brand owner and just some resellers on your listing decided they were going to go live and bash your product or spin it in a light that was no good, or just send confusing messages? That would be the stuff of nightmares. But on who can stream, it's pretty straightforward. Currently, it is anyone that has brand registry. If you have brand registry on your product and your product is not, let's just say, an adult novelty, then, or a sex toy, then you can live stream. In addition to that, it appears, although I'm trying to really dive deep to get you guys this next bit of information, but it appears Amazon influencers can as well. I'm in the Amazon influencer program and I have my Amazon influencer profile set up. I don't see anywhere within that Amazon influencer profile for me to go live that way. But a good example is one that I'm actually looking at while I record this, this actual video. And today is February 18th, and there's an Amazon live video with Chris Pratt talking from, you can tell he's coming at it as an influencer and not a brand. And he's talking about the types of workout products that he likes to buy when off of Amazon, when he wants to really change it up. And it's a really good video. It's obviously Chris Pratt as well, but it does appear that Amazon influencers can as well. So brand registry and Amazon influencers. For the sake of this video, we're going to focus primarily on brand registry, even though I have an Amazon influencer account and almost everybody listening to this can get one as well by applying. We're not, most of us listening to this are not Chris Pratt or one of these other massive influencers that can just get a whole bunch of people to watch something like that. So how do we live stream? Once you've qualified and you've logged into or you have brand registry. Currently, you need to get the Amazon Creator mobile app. I do believe currently that it's only available for iOS devices. I'm sure that's going to change soon, but I have no idea when. But to actually log in and begin streaming, you need the Amazon Creator mobile app on iOS, and you log in on the Amazon Creator app with your brand registry email address. Once you've done that, all the heavy lifting is done. It's very simple. You're going to select the products you want to feature on your live stream. In part 2 of this episode, I'm going to go over some strategies when doing that. A hint, sometimes it's best to focus on, this will be my little teaser so you come back for episode 2, but sometimes it's going to be best to focus to not actually have your product connected to your live stream that you actually want to focus on, so that you can leverage things like verbal search find buys. But I'll get into that in the next episode. Again, I've been testing this extensively, and I just recently pulled off a relaunch of a client's product using Amazon Live Video and scaled down PPC. I'm going to go into that without obviously giving away, out of respect for my client and his product, without giving away too much information on the product, but I'll be sharing things like industry, relaunch, what the PPC was like prior and after, halo effects, sales lift, everything like that. I'm going to share, as well as the strategies that we've used there, plus that I've been just deploying in my businesses and clients' businesses for this to really rock and roll. You would log into the Amazon Creator mobile app with your brand registry email, select the products you want to feature, and then just go live. Literally hit the button and go live. Now, what I have found is what converts better, what gets you the most followers, what gets the most viewers to stick around is, I'm just going to call it selfie style, but think very low production TikTok videos, but longer, Snapchat, that sort of thing. And that is what is just, it seems to be crushing everything else that's out there in regards to attracting people to your live stream. So if you don't want to go live with your phone selfie style and just pop the phone open and go live, I'm here pretending like I'm holding the phone up like I'm going live, like nobody's here. But if you don't want to do that style and you feel like it's not a good fit for your particular product, then you can go live with a better rig or a better video recording device, and you can get as fancy as you want. You can connect to an encoder. You can use things like vMix. You can use Wirecast, and there's several other amazing services that you can connect with. But you can get as fancy as you want. You can make that connection to Amazon. You can have lower thirds, graphics, titles on the bottom. You can do screen shares. You can do all kind of stuff. So you can get very creative with this. Your videos do not have to be this boring unboxing video, even though unboxing videos also do well. So that's how you go live. It's really, really simple. Now, where does your live stream go? This is the first thing everybody says. When I'm talking about Amazon live streaming and I talk about the successes that I'm having, everybody says, well, you know, Carlos, it can't be doing that good. I haven't seen one yet. And it's a valid point, obviously. How is it doing really good if no one's seen anything yet? I haven't been searching, and myself as well, like I haven't really been searching around on Amazon, and I'm all of a sudden just getting bombarded with live streams, and that's a good thing. So this next little section, I want to cover where Amazon live stream videos go. So currently, there's two ways to go about Amazon live streaming, paid and free. I've done the paid version with a client of mine, and to be honest, I was not a fan. I did not like the ROI, but the main difference there was the location that your Amazon live video showed up. So in the paid version, you'd actually show up in search, which is very powerful, or can be very powerful, but it did not even show up at the top of search. So the first time I ran across this, I was looking for, and I'm still looking for a good one this day, so I won't put the brand on blast that I purchased from, but I was looking for one of those stands that you can put, those plunger-like stands that you can put on the dash of your car, connect your phone to, and live stream. Now, I'm not going to be driving when this happens, but I wanted it to connect so that I could live stream and that I could get out of the office a little sooner, spend some more time with wifey and my kids. And some of these live streams that I was waiting for, the perfect time at the office to do, instead I could do on the go. I could park somewhere. I could be in my driveway. It just seemed more convenient for me. Anyhow, enough on that. It's a whole other topic. But I didn't know any brands that were, if I think of a computer, I think of Apple. If I think of ketchup, I think of Heinz. I didn't know of a brand that was like the 800-pound gorilla in that plunger stand in your car space. So I searched for what was obviously a long tail keyword phrase. I don't remember what it was, but I start searching. They all looked about the same. They were all ridiculously cheap, which made me think the product was cheap. And I'm scrolling down. I think I was looking for one that was a little more expensive. Thinking, you know what, if it's a little more expensive, maybe it's higher quality. Like that's what was going on in my mind. And when I get about halfway down search, I see a video playing, which is nuts because I've been shopping on Amazon since the beginning, and I've been selling on Amazon forever. And at that time, I had never seen anything like that. So I was so taken aback by it. I wind up buying the product that was featured in this live video. in paid search. And I don't know how many other people actually bought because there was just being showed in live video. I don't know what that conversion is going to be like once it becomes the norm either, but right then and there, it totally got me. And I purchased the product. But that's a paid placement for your product in search. And I would imagine it has to be somehow auction based if you have multiple people wanting to do live streams on it, or perhaps not, because not everyone's going live at the same time. So you get the idea. That's the paid version that's going to show up in search. And to the best of my knowledge, that's where the only spot that the paid version shows up. I wouldn't be surprised if it also showed up on the Amazon homepage, which is, I believe, the number one purchased on page anywhere in Amazon. But again, I have not done a lot of research on the paid side of it, except that I didn't like the ROI for some of the assets I've used. Now on the free side, where it shows up is you're currently at your Amazon storefront. And that's why you probably have not seen it when you're searching around on Amazon, because it's appearing in somebody else's storefront when they're going live. Also, granted, not a lot of people are taking advantage of Amazon live stream right now. Some of you listening to this may be even learning about this for the first time ever. So when you're in your Amazon storefront, if you're in someone's Amazon storefront and they're going live, it's impossible to miss. You will 100% see this live stream. So that's where your live streams are going to go. I have a client who apparently is in a beta, and I really, really want this. And I'm really, really positive that this is going to roll out to everyone soon, to where that person's live stream video is actually showing up on the product detail page. So again, not in search, on the product detail page of this person's product. And it looks really sexy. Like, I mean, really, really sexy, the way it's set up. So I'm very excited for it. But currently, until this is out of beta, expect to find this on your Amazon storefront. Now, if this video, your live video, is only showing up on your Amazon storefront, who is just hanging out on your storefront every day, to just not only hanging out on your storefront, but happens to be hanging out at the time that you're going live. So how this works, it's almost like everywhere else. If you create a Facebook page or a Facebook group and you decide to go live, and you have no one in your group or no one in your page, yes, you get very few people in the beginning. But unlike a lot of these platforms, and very similar to YouTube actually, is when you go live on Amazon, you actually have like a follow button. There can be a call to action that you give in your live video saying, follow me to know every time I go live and talk about blank, blank, and blank, or whatever applies. Insert what you think your customers find important on about your product. And what I'm seeing is that, I don't know if it's a combination currently, in all honesty, of the novelty of the idea, but we're getting an extremely high conversion, in excess of 10% of the people viewing the videos, which is already a ridiculously high number. 40,000 sometimes and more watching our live video that actually are turning into followers. Now, you want to let people know, just like you're on YouTube, to follow you. There's no bell notification or anything, but you definitely want to get those people to follow you, so that when you go live, they will know about it and you get more people to your live stream. I have not seen to date where the more people that show up to your live, the more Amazon kind of puts it out to more people. They haven't come clean on how they're doing that or how their algorithm's working with that. I would think that that's something that's going to happen in the future. And currently what I'm told by Amazon is that your video encompasses certain interests or certain products, and Amazon knows the product behaviors of shoppers, and then they put that live video in front of the people that they know would be interested. And from the results, I think they really know what they're doing, because it's really working. So one other thing I want to touch on before moving into the closing part of this episode, I like to keep these short, something easy to digest and that you can execute on is, and this is a powerful feature, and that is, you have a shareable dedicated URL for your Amazon live video. So when you're first starting off, and I would say even later, when you have people on your email list, when you have people on your ManyChat subscriber list, your messenger bot list, anywhere that you have a WhatsApp group, a Telegram chat, any of these things, Facebook group, Facebook page, you definitely want to stick this link out there to your people so that people can jump in and buy your product as it's being featured on Amazon. And I'm going to show you I'm going to talk about and share with you some really cool tactics that I'm doing that's getting an amazing ROI, and has helped successfully relaunch I'm going to say a badly, forgive me who's listening to this, who knows who I'm talking about, but who successfully relaunched a bad product, in a horribly competitive category with scaled down PPC, and using Amazon Live Video, 2 live streams per week for a month, actually resurrected this brand and has them in the top 4 on page 1 for their products. Scaled down PPC. So that's something that I think you do not want to miss part 2 of this episode on. Let's see, next section. Oh, something I'm remiss that I forgot to mention. What happens to your live streams after you go live? The good news is they don't disappear. They actually just sit there on Amazon. So you can actually send people to these other lives. Like, you missed my live earlier, check this out. What I play with that is I get the Amazon live stream URL, and then I'll run that URL through something called Pixel Me. I'm assuming the amazing people over at Pixel Find Me will come up with something for this. But you run it through a tool like Pixel Me that I got from AppSumo, one of these lifetime deals way back when. And I'll create a custom audience off of that new URL. And then I'll share that to the group. And then anyone who does not actually jump in for the live stream, I'll then follow up with and be like, hey, you missed out on this live. Here it is. So you can go back to these live videos that you did live previously and kind of go into your archives and still get mileage out of them. Let's go into the next thing. What I mentioned before, tactics. Next episode, part 2 of this, which will come in 2 weeks. I like to stagger these where I'm going to have an amazing guest on next week who's going to blow you away. And the week after that, we're going to get part 2 of this particular episode. Again, I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this part 1, part 2, maybe even sometimes part 3 like episodes, while still keeping them digestible. I do want to let you guys know that I'm seeing over 10x, and the different articles, because there's not a great deal of articles out there right now that are reporting on increase in page visits and sales growth. Regarding page visits, I'm seeing in excess of 10x, and a lot of other sites, even on the low end, are talking about 5, 6, 7, and 8 xing their page visits due to live streams and significant sales growth. I'm going to wrap this up with also one final thing, and that is, if you're looking for any inspiration on how to go live, or you think that Amazon Live Video or live video does not have a place in e-commerce, and instead you want to focus on just the flavor of the week when it comes to launching, or let somebody else figure this out, take a page from Taobao, which is an e-com giant in Hangzhou, based in Hangzhou, China. And in 2018, Taobao alone had over 20 stores that did over $15 million each just on live streaming. And here's the kicker. It wasn't 30-second to 3-minute live videos. These companies were going live for hours. So if you want to take a page as to what's to come, jump over to Taobao.com and look at what I believe the future of Amazon Live Video is going to. And with that, I am going to wrap this up. I appreciate your time investment that you have made in listening to this episode. I love all the feedback I've been getting from everybody. I'm considering, with the results that I'm now getting from this Amazon Live Video launches, actually putting some kind of blueprint or handbook or maybe even a small course together so people can actually execute on this and see some returns on investment. If that's something you'd be interested in, maybe that'll be the motivation I need to actually do it. Much love, guys. Keep crushing it in your business. And with that, I am out. See you in the next episode. Liked what you heard and want to stay connected? Join our Facebook group or find me anywhere on social media at Wizards of Amazon, or text the word Amazon to 69922.